Hey there, everybody. Praise on your porch right now. Praise on your porch right now. Praise on your porch right now. This is what we do every day. This is what we will do today. We praise on our porch right now. We praise on our porch right now. We praise on our porch right now. This is what we do every day. Looty, looty, lotty, looty, late, late, lay. And this is gonna be our great day. This is gonna be our great day. This is gonna be our great day. Looty, looty, lotty, looty, late, late, lay. Looty, looty, lotty, looty, late, late, lay. And this is gonna be our great day. This is gonna be our great day. This is gonna be our great day. Looty, looty, lotty, looty, late, late, lay. Looty, looty, lotty, looty. Today, date, day, date, date, today. Today, date, day, date, date, today. Hey there, everybody. Hey there, everybody. Just a second. I'm trying to get everybody on here on this live post. We got live on Instagram. We got YouTube going, but I don't have enough followers on Instagram, on YouTube. Can y'all come over onto Wendy City on a Hill or Wendy City on a Hill on YouTube? Can y'all follow me there? If the Instagram feed gets bad, until I get enough followers on YouTube, you can catch me live on Facebook, trying to get it going on Facebook right now, and but I have it going on my business page as well. So hey, just want to welcome everybody on into this Wendy City on a Hill. Praise on your porch, Wiesbaden, from my hill to yours. Thank you for actively participating. Come on, Grandnan Betty, come on. Thank you for actively participating, praying and prophesying, praising and proclaiming in our online on time community. Thank y'all so much for coming on in here. I'm trying to get my my Facebook to work, and it is just not catching it. Doggone. So anyway, just hang on in there, because you know what? I hear the voice of one crying. I hear the voice of one crying. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. I hear the voice of one crying. Let's hear the voice of one crying. Do you hear the voice of one crying? It's saying, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Make his path straight. Make straight his paths in the wilderness, and let his light shine. Let his light shine in the darkness, and let his rain fall. Let his rain fall in your desert. Let's hear the voice of one crying. Let's be the voice of those crying. Prepare. Let it resound throughout the earth. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Make his path straight. Make straight his paths in the wilderness. light shine. Come on, let's let his light shine in our darkness, and let his rain fall. Let's let his rain fall in our deserts. We are the voices crying. We are the voices crying. Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Hey, 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 family. How are you doing today? Hey, how you doing? Hey there, Rose. Hey there, Style Boutique. Hello, Monique, Rachel, and Betty. And who else we got in here? Lindsay, Betsy, Crystal, Kelly, Jeannie. Hey, y'all. And everyone else I cannot see because it just doesn't tell me who's on in here. Hey, I just want to say, come on in this place. Come on, y'all. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be live with y'all. This is an exciting time. This is a powerful time to be alive. Have y'all been in your word today? We go through the 1 Year Daily Bible every day. Come on, Marjorie Lynn. Come on. Get on in this place. Come on in here. Have y'all been in your word today? What is God telling you? For those of you coming in on Instagram, on Facebook, there's a gal. Her name is Paige Comstock. You can just look her up, Paige. She's one of my friends. Paige Comstock, Comstock, and she's giving away free 1 year Bibles. She has been commissioned by the Lord to give away 1 million Bibles in her lifetime. And so if you'd like to be a part of that, if you'd like to journey with us, if you'd like to get into the word, onto the word, and spread the word, come on, Ivory. I just want to encourage you to go ahead and contact Paige, and she will get the Bible out to you as quickly as she can. Hey, Chris, I just want to welcome everybody on into this space and into this place. Y'all, I'm telling you, okay, go ahead and reach out, Marjorie Lynn. Go ahead and reach out to her. Hey there, Jen Wilson over here on Instagram. So thankful for our Instagram family coming and joining us. Hey, y'all, how many of you crouched on in to Jeremiah 33? Because see here in this 1 Year Daily Bible, what it does, for those of you who don't know, it gives you an Old Testament, it gives you a New Testament, it gives you a Psalm and a Proverbs reading. It's about 15 minutes, and but if you're diving in, I'm telling you, it can be about it can be as long as whatever. So anyway, so those of you who have already dug in the word today in the 1 Year Daily Bible or in your own Bible, what is God saying to you? I'm going to ask you that every day. Have you been in your word? What is God saying to you? Well, this is where it's at. Did y'all crouch on into Jeremiah 33:1, the very first verse? That's what I love to do. I love to crouch on in on that first verse. Most of the time, that's where I'm at, right? That's where I'm setting, right, Crystal? Right, Moon? This is where we're at. So anyway, how many of you crouched on in only to find that it catapulted you into greater revelation throughout the entire Bible reading? Oh, yeah, it did for me. Oh, yeah. See, while Jeremiah, here it is in verse, let me just read 31. Or chapter 33, verse 1, it says, this is the message the Lord gave Jeremiah when Jehoiakim, let me get back to the right thing. So here it says, while Jeremiah, chapter 33, verse 1, come on, thank you, Jeannie, I love you that you put that on there. Oh, I love Jeannie's on both. She's on both pages. I love that. And Jeannie, you're so good. So here it is, while Jeremiah was still confined in the courtyard, prison of the guard, the Lord gave him a second message. Oh, come on. Somebody come on up into this space and into this place. While Jeremiah was confined in the courtyard of the guard, the Lord gave him a second, somebody say second helpings from the Lord in the courtyard. Second helpings, gonna double down on that message. Oh, double down. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna double down on the second message. We're gonna go ahead and go on in there. See, I think about this and I think about the courtyards of the Lord, and I think about, come on, Margie, I love it. So here it is, the courts, and I think about the other courts as I was reading through, and I was thinking about the courtyards, and I was thinking about courts and second, and it's like, that we have courtyard messages, thinking about the courtyard messages, man, what that had to been like when God doubled down on Jeremiah. How exciting must that have been? And God's like, hey, you can have double, triple, and you can have infinity downs on the messages you want to receive from me. Just get in the word, just be in my presence, just have that lifestyle of present posture and positions. But we have also sport courts, sports that take place on a court, like tennis courts, soccer courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts, racquetball, dodgeball, squash, volleyball courts. We have even judicial courts. We have palace courtyards, some filled with luxurious, let's see here, they're filled with luxurious gardens and guards and pomp and circumstance. And a court side or courtyard experience is usually a courtyard or courtside experience is usually accessible to the public, and it's usually a most desirable place to be. And even in the basketball courts, like if you go to NBA or any of those types of things, or you're just even playing, you want the best seats of the house, And I'm just saying, you can have the best seat of the house every day, everywhere. You can have the best seat in the courtyard or in the presence of the Lord, and just by being present with him. Come on, this is where it's at. So a courtside or courtyard experience is usually accessible and public, and it's a most desirable place to be. See, to court someone, all these different meanings of court. To court someone is to try to impress or please someone because one wants them to come alongside of them in some way. And see here, Jeremiah it says he's still confined to the court, is what it was saying here in the word. Still confined in court, and God says, I'm going to give you two. I'm going to give you a second one. I'm going to double down on you. And Jeremiah's like, okay, come on, God, give it to me. I'll take a second message. I don't care. I'm going to take all you got for me in this court because I am presence right here. I'm in your presence, Lord. And so here it is. The Lord gave him a second message, and Jeremiah was confined. He was confined against his will. And here it is. Yet in Jeremiah's confinement, God spoke to him time and time again, encouraging him and those who were within his reach via face-to-face or through messengers or the written word. And isn't God still doing this today? Isn't God still doing this today? We can get all up into confinement. Oh man, the enemy loves to confine me. It's like, okay, you want to confine me? I'm going to bust out of your confinement, and God's going to give me a word. He's already done giving me a word, and I'm stepping on, I'm sitting in, I'm working with it. Come on, Rodell, this is what we're doing. Come on, Cindy, we are saying, even in our confinement, we are going to give the word of the Lord. See, we get so wrapped up in being confined that we forget God is He's finally conning our enemies. Ooh, are we confined, or is God finally, Finely, conning our enemies? Oh, drop that. Oh, yes, we are. God is fine-tuning. He is finally conning our enemies. Oh, our enemies think they got us all up in confinement, but we be so fine. We come out. It is God's meaning to bring us out of being conned. Oh, my sweet Jesus. See, or do we make ourselves available to hear the word of the Lord in our confinement? Just telling us remarkable secrets like Jeremiah did in the passage today. Ooh, this is what it's talking about here in this Jeremiah. If y'all haven't read it, y'all got to go back, because I'm pulling from the word and speaking it out right here, because the Lord told Jeremiah remarkable secrets about the things that were to come. Ooh, so if some of you are in confinement, there's some things coming out. There's some secrets God's got for you. There are some things that God's got for you. Are you listening? Are you hearing? Are you arms wide open, heart exposed, eyes ready to receive, mouth wide open, ears open to hear what the word of the Lord is saying to you. Wow. Woo! Remarkable secrets God has for you, Beth. Come on, May. This is what it is. Just yesterday, a friend reached out to me after receiving a fresh revelation. I was so tickled. I was tickled pink. Come on. A friend reached out to me after receiving a fresh revelation or secret about a future thing God had planned to bring into their finances to promote and to prosper their lives. Ooh, it's so exciting. See, doing the hard things of documenting, researching, and even speaking out what is spoken, even in what seems to be confinement, or even managing your time while in confinement. What seems like confinement is was on their list of to-dos. And see, this is what Jeremiah was doing. He also, as well, just like my friend who reached out to me, doing the hard things. Okay, God, I'm researching your word. Jeremiah was going back in his mind, researching the word, just letting it play over and over and he managed his time well. He was listening. He was tapping into the Lord. Oh my goodness. He was waiting for fresh revelation because God had never left him empty. God had always been talking to him about secrets. See, doing the hard things of documenting, researching, and managing our time needs to be on our list of to-dos. Oh, come on, and speaking it out as well. See, without these hard things done, the income and businesses and things of the Lord won't happen. See, God gives us ideas and strategies and plans and all these things, but unless we put in the work, it may not happen. See, God can make it happen, but there's often times when God says, I need you to step on in and make it happen. Because I've already made it happen in the spirit. Now I need you to make it happen in the natural. Woo! This is woo! I'm telling you, doing hard things is on point for the Lord. Woo! And sometimes it's easy too, but this is doing hard things. I say go all in. You see, just like in verse 4, in order of Jeremiah chapter 33, in order to accomplish the things God desires, family, here it is. In order to accomplish the thing God desires for us, we must be willing to move away old habits, old patterns, old lifestyles. I'm talking like move away, stay away, get thee behind me, Satan. Come on, Jen. You know what I'm talking about. You all know what I've had to say no to so much this year because it's like, no. Behind me or obliterated, one of the two. You know, these lifestyles, these schedules, these systems, the thoughts, and being willing to move into new habits and patterns and lifestyles, schedules, systems, mentalities, emotions, financial investments, and more to get and gather. Come on, this is in the word. When we move away from, we get to go and we get to gather materials that strengthen the walls of ourselves and others and our futures against the siege walls of insecurities, instabilities, excuses, lethargy, or unknown things that happen. My God, our fight is against these very things: instability, excuses, lethargy, unknown, insecurity. How many of you know that those are like huge battlefields of the mind? And that's where our fight oftentimes just rests, is battling the things that are in our minds. But here it is, our fight is against these very things that are already, here it is. Family, our fight is against, our choice is to move against the things that are already considered dead works in the Lord. What? They're already dead. They're done. They're finished in the Lord. These things are done in the name of the Lord. God's already conquered them. He's already crushed them. Now he's just ready for us to crush it, to walk on out and crush our enemies. And I'm not talking people here. I'm talking our enemies in the spirit, in the high places, in the kingdoms of darkness. See, God desires for us to operate into life-giving work. Oh, how many of you love the life-giving work? Whew, and the life-giving worth that God gives. See, the things God is calling us to will heal wounds, produce prosperity, bring peace, restore fortunes, and build up broken down, busted up people, places, things, strategies, thoughts, washing them in the truth of his kingdom. Woo! This is what our God does. Hallelujah. You, dear city on the hill, are lit to draw others to God's glory, his joy, and his honor. See, the nations and the atmospheres of the world stand at attention at the power of his great name, living, shining, and extending through you and you and you and me. Oh, they stand at attention. Oh, how is it even possible, Wendy? I live in podunk nowhere. I hear you. I hear you talking about it. But here it is. God took me from a teeny tiny little town of Linden, Illinois, 650 people, counting the chickens and the roosters and the crows. Just kidding. But he took me from a 650 village, not even a town, a village of Linden. And he brought me all over America and blew me on across the seas and dropped me here in Germany, where I've gotten to go to so many different countries. I get to go back to America. I get to go all over the world through social media. My God, and so do you, because where I go, I'm taking you with me. I'm taking you with me. Wow. Come on, family. It doesn't matter where we live. It matters, are we giving what he's given us to live out? Are we doing that? It doesn't matter how he's going to do it. The fact of the matter is he's willing to do it. Will you allow him to do it through you? See, God has so much good to do through you and me that people will tremble. Nations will tremble with awe at the peace and prosperity that he provides for us and is beaming out of us, and we're living out if we will but allow God to do so. If we will, but when there's so much chaos in my life, even amidst tragedy and travesty, calamity and catastrophe, he provides peace, prosperity, security, and safety. He is Jireh. He is enough. He is Jireh, more than enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. He's Jireh. He's more than enough. See, every day Simone and his mama walk by, and I get to greet Simone, who's about 5, 6, 7 years old, and I get to greet him with the hello, and then we started doing the robot wave, and then today he sent me off some kisses. His mom went, How awesome is that? See, that's God living, breathing, being active and sharper than any two-edged sword to just permeate his goodness even out my window into and upon the atmospheres and drawing others even to walk past my window and to see the joy of the Lord. My God, he is Jireh, more than enough in every circumstance. Woo! I will raise my hands, for you are Jireh, more than enough, forever enough, always enough. You are enough, forever enough, always enough. More than enough. Come on, this is what the Lord is. More than enough. Even when desolation and emptiness are trying to make us rest within their places. See, desolation and emptiness are not our resting places or destinations. God has never decided or never said desolation is your destination. Oh, no, no. Emptiness is not your destinations. Oh, these are not the streets that we are meandering on. Oh, no, we're not meandering. We're not window shopping. We're not even shopping inside of desolation and emptiness. Oh, no, we're passing on by. We're getting out of that city. We're stepping out of that district. That's what we're doing. See, there is a sound to be heard once more. Oh, those of you who have been with me for a long time, there's a ground pound sound that's coming. There's a ground pound sound that we're releasing today, Debbie and Tasha. There is a ground pound sound that is to be released once more. And I'm going to need you to release. I don't care if you just... That's a sound. There are waves of sound coming out of me, and whether how loud my voice is or how soft my voice is, my body, my spirit makes a ground pound sound that resounds all around the town forever, around and around and around the earth. My God, there is a sound that is permeating our streets and makes us complete. This sound is the sound of joy and laughter, the sound of joyful voices and joyful songs and thanksgiving amidst tragedy and travesty, amidst sickness and infirmity, amidst calamity and catastrophe. Oh my Jesus! The ground pound sound of the Lord our God resounds. See, prosperity, the ground pound sound also brings with it a prosperity, and prosperity's restoration produces a sound. Prosperity, see, because heaven's always prospering. Heaven's always better. Heaven's always better. Heaven's always better. Prosperity's restorative sounds. Oh my God. They are abounding. Prosperity's restoration produces a sound, a song even. His faithful love endures forever. His faithful love endures forever. His faithful love endures forever. Your faithful love, my God, endures forever. See, there is a great gathering along with the sound that God is doing, that is producing unity in community. Oh yes, God is bringing unity with his come. He's like, come on in with unity, come unity, come unity, come unity, come unity, come unity, community. There is a sound in community. He has called unity to come. Yet, the unity and community that God has called and is calling in this day, on this day, will not look the same as it did yesterday. Oh, see, yesterday's and yesteryear's gatherings are full of man's desperation and desolations and demands and programs and all of these things, and discontentment with God's true purposes, positions, and postures in his presence. See, yesterday's gatherings were all full of relationships with the gatherings and with the building, with the brick and mortar. But God's calling the remnant. He's calling his prize. He's calling his bride in this year, in this time, in this place, to come in unity and in relationship, in deeper relationship with him, and to have greater relationship with him than a program or a brick and mortar building, or where you put your bottom in a pew. That's what God is calling us to. This is today. Today, we are walking in our now. Our once more having abundance in relationship with the living, loving, ever-giving, ever-bearing, ever-fruitful, ever-present God of all gods. Being in right relationship with the Lord and in right relationship with one another. Once more being so full of his presence, all the while pouring ourselves over and out into others, refusing to contain or compromise or contaminate God's presence or relationship with programs or ideologies, or I want-ologies, or you can't-ologies, or you must-ologies, or put you in my boxologies. See, we have come together for God's doxologies. We praise you, God, from whom all blessings flow. We praise you with all the creatures here below. We praise you above with the heavenly host. We praise you, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. Amen. See, he has called you and I, the risen remnant, the united saints of God, righteous. I can just hear that. Let's get ready to rumble. Come on, we're the righteous rumbling in the heavenlies. Do what is right and just every day. Live in his safety amidst the tragedies and travesties, calamities and catastrophes. He is your safety, just as David was promised in verse 17, a descendant sitting on the throne of Israel. So you and I are seated in heavenly places, priests, freely giving our lives as fragrant offerings to our King. You and I are multipliers of the kingdom, mindsets, ministries, melodies, mandates, and more. We are multipliers of his kingdom that cannot be measured by human efforts, but magnified with heaven backing us. What? Hallelujah! Hallelujah! What a Savior! Woo! To all tragedies and travesties, calamities and catastrophes, we retort, Lord, 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 it was you who created the heavens, and Lord, it was your hands that put the stars in their place, and Lord, it was your voice that commands every morning, even oceans and their waves, they bow at your feet. Lord, who am I compared to your glory? Who am I compared to your majesty? I am your beloved, your creation, and you love me as your own. You have called me chosen for your kingdom, unashamed to call me your own. I am your beloved. You are his beloved. Isn't it just so awesome when we feel loved, chosen, called, and unashamed? And isn't it also so difficult when our minds and others and spiritual forces get all up into our thoughts saying, you's all abandoned. You're all abandoned up in here, up in here, up in here. You abandoned. God didn't choose you. God didn't choose you. Listen, God would no more reject us than he would change his laws that govern the night and day. This is truth. This is word. He would no more reject us than he would change his laws that govern the earth and the sky. See, he would never. God would never. Right, Doria? God would never, ever, ever abandon us, nor change his plans concerning our rule and reign as kings, prophets, priests, kingdom emissaries, ambassadors, and sons. See, he is always restoring us to our right places, renewing tender mercies every single morning, noon, and night. Woo, woo! See, when it seems that all the armies of hell fight against us, this is what I know God is saying. I've done handed that entity over to you. You got some enemies, some armies of hell coming against you, but God's already done handed that entity over to you. See, the fire that God's placed inside of you is burning it down. And I'm not talking people, I'm talking entities. See, you may come away charred and scarred by an enemy's fire, but God's got, he's done got and already placed upon you his balm of Gilead. He's got salve that removes the charring and scarring. Oh my Jesus. His fire burns up darkness, so nothing is left but ash for the trash. When God does a burning, all that's left is ash for the trash. Does my ash look trashy? Just saying. Yeah, your ash looks trashy. Take it out. God's done burned it. Take it out. Woo, woo. This is the truth. This is the truth that we got to be willing to face. That God is our fire that burns up all our spiritual enemies. God is our fire that captivates and decapitates, defaces, diminishes, demolishes, and destroys the works of all demonic forces. My God, this is the fire that only God can provide. This is it. This is the fire. This is He inside of you and me. He inside of thee. Isn't it just so cool that God's fire can burn up all the works of darkness, tragedies, travesties, calamities, and catastrophes, all the while burning and blazing in us, causing a holy fragrance? What? Woo! That's right, Margie. Ash for the trash. There it is. That's so good. Oh, my Jesus. Woo! May our lives burn as a fiery blaze, a pleasing incense, drawing all of His holy fragrance. Hear the word of the Lord. Woo! You have a fire within you. You have enough fire within you to burn away all the works of wickedness produced by principalities and dark forces. You have enough fire within you to keep yourself and others warm and safe. Yours is a fire that warms, protects, and guides. Your fire is my fire, says the Lord of heaven's angel armies. God, we just want to thank you for the covenant, for your covenant that proclaims freedom, that keeps us free from bondage and gives us the wisdom to change our minds from bad to good. Woo! Light it up like a road flare. That's right, Jeannie. Come on. We are the rescued. We are those who rescue. We are the free. We're paying attention to you, oh God. Our lives are grand displays of your great name, so we just choose to shrug off what isn't you. Right now. Shrug it off. No. Oh, come on. I'm going to need you to do that again. We're shrugging it all off. No. Some of y'all might get a crick in your neck. That shrug got a whiplash shrug. Come on. This shrugging ain't no small thing. I'm telling you, what just happened, that shrug that you just did, if you didn't do it, y'all, get your shrug on. Get your shrug on. I'm just saying. Get your shrug on, because this shrugging ain't no small thing. Crystal girl, I love you so much. This shrugging is a powerful force advancing and setting not only ourselves free, but others free. That shrug you just did, that shrugging you doing, that's setting other people free. Woo! You see, here it is, family. This is what we're choosing to do today. We are choosing to walk in our freedom to receive blessings from others without feeling. This is so cool, because this was another thing that I think this was in the New Testament is where I'm coming from right now, but maybe it's not, because it was talking about blessings. And part of shrugging off and walking in freedom is also part of it. This is let's walk in our freedom to receive blessings from others without feeling like we need to pay them back. See, there are people who are looking to bless you right now. Oh, Jeannie says over on Facebook, she says, this shrugging ain't bugging or slugging. I love it. Woo, I love it. See, there are people looking to bless you right now. And all you got to do is say, thank you, Receive it with thanks. Everything, even the blessing God created, is good. The blessing is made acceptable and made holy by the word of the Lord and with prayer. That's what the Lord's talking about. And all this shrugging, God's like, I got some blessings for you. I got some things I'm going to pour into your life because you just shrugged it all off. You're just shrugging. You done burnt up the ash and took out the trash. See, right now, God has already done blessed and made the blessing that's coming into your life acceptable and holy because of him. Every good and perfect gift comes from the Lord. And God, we just want to thank you for our blessings that are coming our way today. We know that it's better to give than to receive. That's your word, God. But sometimes we get so hell-bent on giving that we refuse to receive, Lord. Yeah. Receive it with thanks. Arms wide open, hearts postured, we willingly receive the blessings you have for us in whatever way they come to us today. You know what? Let's just not stop there with receiving. Let's go on ahead and tell other people. Let's not browbeat them, right? Let's not Bible thump them and say, you need to just receive it. No. They got to grow too. We got to give people room to grow. And some of us are done grown and we need to start receiving. Some of us need to just start giving too. I'm just saying. Let's go on ahead and tell others about it as well. Because when we do, it nourishes their great eights. Those great eights are how he perfects me. Physically, relationally, financially, character, time, spiritual awareness, mental capacity, and emotional capabilities. Through those lifestyles. See, this is God's good teaching from Timothy. This is what we're talking about here. We moved out of the Old Testament, we're into the New Testament. This is how we're training ourselves to rise above the tragedies and travesties, calamities and catastrophes, and flying into victory. This kind of training is way better than a 10-minute plank, bench press goal, a bested marathon time, a basketball game, a home run, a touchdown, or a spike. Power-filled holiness training is better and promises benefits in our lives and in the lives that come into our sphere and into others. Let's nourish ourselves and others by sharing the truth in words and deeds and actions, expressions and extensions, affections and attentions, intentions and inflections. Let's teach these things to ourselves as we stand in front of our mirrors. As we stand in elevators alone, as we walk to wherever, as we drive alone. Hey, Dad. Love you. Let's be implementers of these teachings as well, so others can learn. We teach by example in the way we live, the way we love, the way we release faith and walk in purity. Come on, fam. Verse 13 in Timothy that we're reading today, this verse just absolutely lit me up even more, if you can imagine. I'm just like so on fire, so on fire. Fam, if you wanna go live on social media, do verse 13 in Timothy's reading today. Do verse 13, or just sit somewhere and do verse 13. Just sit somewhere. Don't be all mean about it or all frumpy about it. Come on, focus. This is verse 13. It says this. It says, focus on reading the word to the church. Notice it doesn't say focus on reading the word to the churched. We got some fat babies in the churched. I'm just saying. Focus on reading the word to the church. Encourage the believers and teach them. Throw yourselves into your tasks For we know that God makes it so everyone sees our progress. How does he do that? I don't know. Come on, somebody. Ivory, I love you. They may never say anything. Those people who are watching you, they may never say a single thing. But they sure as shootin' see it. Oh, yes, they do. Be intentional from verse 16. Be intentional to keep a close watch on how you live. Be intentional. And on your teachings. And notice, this doesn't say keep it. No, come on. Oh my goodness. Let me just go back there. So it says be intentional to keep a close watch on how you live and on your teaching. I'm not teaching anybody, Wendy. Oh, yeah? How about physically? What are you teaching people by how you're living physically? What are you teaching people about how you're living in your relationships? How are you teaching? Hey, Bernie. Hey, thanks, Dad. How are you teaching? Hey, Ronnie and Ken. How are you teaching people in your finances? How are you teaching people in your character and in your time management, in your spiritual awareness, in your mental capacities, in your emotional capabilities? I'm not teaching. Oh, yes, you are. People are seeing how you live your life. Whoo! How? Be intentional to keep a close watch on how you live and on your teaching. Notice, this doesn't say keep an eagle's eye watch on how others live, clap back at them when they're out of line, and shame them or laugh at them in front of others. You notice it didn't say that. That's a piece of steak. Medium rare for me. Got me where it counts right there. Don't be keeping an eagle eye watch on someone else, how they're living their life, and clapping back at them when they're out of line, and shaming them or laughing at them because they're not doing the things you want them to do, how you haven't even communicated you wanted them done. Jesus. Or even in front of others, keep your mouth shut and your... Woo! Nope, it doesn't say that, does it? It says, hey you, stay true to what is right for the sake of your own salvation and the salvation of those who hear you. Just salvation, keeping yourself safe. Keeping yourself safe. Family, are you ready for your blessings today? Because see, God said that when you welcome someone into your home, they get to leave their blessing. And I'm just leaving a blessing upon you. Not only am I leaving the word, but I'm leaving a blessing upon you because the Lord says I get to give you one. I hear you too, Jen. Your God has no equal. He is mightier than the mightiest of angels or demons. Your God has no equal, yet he calls you his own and shares all he has with you and me. You were made and I was made to rule and subdue this day, this moment, this hour, this time. Come on, Sandy. You will crush the strongest of enemies that come against you today. Powerful are your arms. Strong are your hands. Your strength is wrapped in the glory. Oh, catch this, family. Whoo, you betcha, Dad. My pleasure. Your strength is wrapped in the glory of the one you call Lord. The tennis ball, the birdie, the ping pong ball, the basketball, whatever ball you got, it's in your courts. You're in the courts of heaven. Your spirit lives there. And it's your time to score and win big. You will never, ever, 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 ever have another day like today. Make it great. I see you. I celebrate you. You are enough. More than me seeing you, celebrating you, and telling you that I think you're enough. God sees you. God celebrates you. God's like, you're enough. You're enough for God. You're enough for me. Family, have a great day. Choose from Peace Button. Choose. Bye, Instagram. Love you. Bye, baby.